Hey my friends, in this video, we are back once again in upstate New York with more of the best things to do in Finger Lakes, New York. The Park Inn in Hammondsport, New York is a warm and welcoming blend of historic architecture and modern touches. It made us feel at home from the moment we arrived, sort of like that feeling when you visit your grandma's house, creaky floor and all. Attached to the inn is its restaurant, where most of everything is sourced locally from the farm they own.
So this soup is actually goat soup, and it's a little bit garlicky, and it tastes delicious.
They also own Point of Bluffs Vineyard, which we'll visit later, and the Crooked Lake Ice Cream Company, the building next door, where they serve breakfast and ice cream. We'll definitely explore that fully. While we grab breakfast at Crooked Lake Ice Cream Company, let's talk Finger Lakes. The region is big, so we focused on 5 small towns: Hammondsport, Penn Yan, Corning, Watkins Glen, and Hector. So let's start with the heart of New York wine country, Hammondsport. This quaint village may be small with only around 500 residents, but don't let that fool you. Hammondsport, New York has so much to see and do for visitors. Hammondsport embraces and proudly shares its history. This balance of the past and present creates a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Depot Park is a public park located on the shores of Keuka Lake. Here you can enjoy a picnic with the family or that special someone, go swimming during the summer months, and enjoy some fresh air. A beautiful tribute to Hammondsport past, the Fray Opera House dates back to approximately 1901. Its historic architecture has been well maintained over the years as the building's occupants changed and evolved. Glenn Hammond Curtis was a pioneer in the world of aviation. The museum is dedicated to collecting, restoring, and displaying artifacts that help share the history of flight and other transportation methods. All right, stop twisting my arm and let's go check out a winery. We first had the pleasure of experiencing Living Roots back in its tasting room location in the incredible city of Rochester. Today, we are here at their winery.
I'm Holly. My full name, well, no, maybe not the government name. Yeah. So his first one is the Pet Nat Riesling. You'll see it's right here. It's cloudy because it ferments in the bottle. It's a natural sparkling. Pet Nat is short for Petulant Naturel. And it's cloudy because when you open the bottle, the fermentation on the bottom, which we call yeast cells, kind of explode because of the combustion and the bubbles. And it creates kind of the cloudiness of it. So it's kind of like a cidery wine. So his next one is the Session Riz. So our winery, Living Roots, actually originated in Australia, and we use Riz as kind of slang that they use as Riesling. So this is a Session Riesling. Session also means less alcohol content, so the ABV of this in particular Riesling is going to be 8%, so it's a little bit lower than normal. This is kind of like a citrusy, lemony, off-dry, semi-dry. That's all I got. The next wine we have is the Off-Dry Riesling. This is just another Riesling. It's more of a traditional style. So this one's gonna have more tannins, and what that means is it's gonna give more of a texture to the mouthfeel because the grapes were pressed more when creating this wine. It's also gonna have high acidity, a good fruit forwardness. It's gonna be a little bit more rich than the last one, and again, more alcohol content because this is not part of our session series like our Australian one from the last pour. This is the sweetest one. It's called the Late Harvest Vidal. It says right here, Vidal. Vidal is naturally just a sweeter sweeter grape in general, but this is a late harvest, which means the sugar content of the grapes is going to be naturally just higher. So this is going to be our sweetest wine because it has the highest sugar content of all of our other wines, and it also is going to be the darkest white because of the grape color being a late harvest.
That's Holly, everyone. Holly, thank you. We quickly drove to the cute town of Bath, New York for dinner at Chat-A-Whyle, a classic, delicious, and affordable family-run restaurant. Before heading back to the Park Inn in Hammondsport, we went to their winery, Point of the Bluffs Vineyards, which happens to be having a farmer's market with some fantastic live music. Point of Bluffs Vineyard creates a unique visitor experience with beautiful views, incredible wine, live acoustic music, bocce courts, light food, and a weekly farmer's market. Lastly, it's back to Hammondsport's Crooked Lake ice cream for dessert. Welcome to Penn Yan, another great town at the top of Keuka Lake. One of our favorite breakfast spots in the area, Amity Coffee Company, has everything you need to start your day on the right foot, or wheel. With breakfast done, it's time to hit the trails. Often called the Outlet Trail, the Keuka Lake Outlet Trail stretches from Penn Yan to the inlet along Seneca Lake. There are over 11 kilometers of trails to explore, offering creek views, waterfalls, and beautiful wooded areas. We rented bikes from Shoreline Rentals during our stay, but the trail is also a popular destination for horseback riding and hiking in the Finger Lakes. Okay, now that all that excess energy has been burned off, it's time for more wine. Founded in 1972 by John, a former English teacher in Colorado, and his loving wife, Jo, Heron Hill Winery is not just successful, but it was named one of the top 10 most spectacular tasting rooms in the world by Travel and Leisure magazine. Let's see why.
So this is the Reserve Riesling here. Mm-hmm. So for us, Reserve means kind of showcasing a single vineyard. And so for us, this is all the state fruit. So this is all the fruit that you see right out this window here. So this is our Riesling. And typically our Rieslings for our Reserve label, we'll do in a drier style. This is from 2020, which was very hot and dry and a very different year for us. And so in many ways, right? Yeah. But for wines, that hot and dry, kind of super long growing season definitely brought up a lot of different fruit characters coming through in the wines, and the sugar levels were high. So this is a pretty untypical high alcohol Riesling for us. We're about 13% here. Oh. And so we left it slightly off dry, but 1.5% residual sugar to kind of balance everything out. A lot of time you're getting like these bright citrus, kind of grapefruit notes like in that dry Riesling we tried. But we kind of went we got super ripe fruit, we kind of went more tropical and floral kind of characters coming through. It's 2020, so it's starting to get some nice age characters. So we get a lot of petrol kind of notes coming through. There's some honey, and there's a little citrus vibe that runs through there too with the essence. First class, I'll do the semi-dry.
Okay. All these titles, like semi-dry, dry, sweet, sort of sweet, maybe sweet, right?
Yeah. And yeah, just pertaining to like sweetness levels too, right? So this is in the same series as the dry Riesling that you tried. And so they all start off really similar. So these all start off stainless steel, kind of same grapes. And so where they go their different ways is where we stop the fermentation. So I always tell people that because it's just to let them know we don't add sugar to sweeten the wine. We just stop our fermentation to leave sweetness behind. And so with the dry one you tried, we fermented all the sugar out. With the semi-dry, we kind of stopped that fermentation pretty close to the end. So we leave about 2% residual sugar. But stopping that fermentation too also stops that alcohol conversion as well. So they're a little softer on the alcohol, a little sweeter in the wine. And then for the semi-sweet, we stop that even sooner, so we're about 9% alcohol and 4% residual sugar. And so with the semi-dry, you kind of just start to get into like those stone fruit, honey, kind of peachy notes. Still has some good acidity to balance out the sweetness. And then with the semi-sweet, we kind of jump a little bit farther. It's more intense, kind of honey, stone fruit, peachy.
It's interesting, honey. Like, it is interesting.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking, like, what's the connection?
Right. Yeah, it's just a typical character we get with like sweeter kind of wines, I guess, sometimes. But yeah, so I would go semi-dry and then go semi-sweet.
Okay, so that's this one and this one.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is part of our Lady of the Lake series. So I think for us, the whole Lady of the Lake series is all about fun. They're very fresh, they're bright, they're fruit-forward wines. They're all bubbly, so carbonated, and we do, of course, CO2, so of course carbon. A lot of times, like typical kind of sparkling wine will have like a re-fermentation thing that happens, but we say drink soon and enjoy. And so I like to call them the breakfast wines. They're kind of like the patio crushers, just really some fun summer wine.
Nice.
Yeah, so a lot of like the cotton candy, I think, character, a lot of like
nice.
candied lemon zest and just some super ripe sweet fruit to it.
Oh, perfect.
We have a lot of people that have fun with this and do mimosas or sangrias. And, yeah.
Oh, sangrias, yeah, that would be
Oh,
good.
you love sangria.
I
That's
know. That's probably where your headache started.
Oh, no.
Those days in Spain.
We head back to Penn Yan for dinner at this delicious Italian restaurant. I must say, I love the old church pews and seats. It gives it a real Godfather-y vibe. Union Block Italian Bistro is the perfect spot for those craving some traditional Italian food, including all your favorites such as antipasto, pizza, and pasta. Hey my friends, if you feel you're getting value from this video, please give us a like or consider subscribing. It really goes a long way in supporting this channel. Thanks, you rock. Okay, next stop is Corning, New York. The last time I was here, I was attending a travel conference, so I didn't really have much time to get out and explore. Very happy I'm back to properly explore Corning, New York's Market Street. But let's face it, one of the things Corning is famous for besides Corningware cookware, which I'm sure everyone has at least one in their kitchen, is the Corning Museum of Glass. Established in 1951, this non-for-profit museum now holds the title of the world's largest space dedicated to the display of contemporary art and design in glass, as declared on the museum's website. Here you will learn all about the history of glass and glassmaking, the role glasswork has played throughout history, and the science behind some of the greatest glass-related innovations. There is no better way to start the morning than with a kayak. Summit to Stream Adventures will set you up with a kayak and get you out on Seneca Lake. We used to only rent canoes. Now I'm conflicted. So, question of the day. Do you prefer canoes or kayaks, and why? Let us know in the comments below. I'm very excited to hear your thoughts. Anyways, the last time I was here, it was to quickly hike Watkins Glen State Park before heading home after that travel conference. Before we hike the state park again, let's grab a sandwich. A popular breakfast and brunch spot in the Watkins Glen area, the Blackberry Inn Kitchen has a wide assortment of tasty baked treats. As I said last time, I was here with a couple of my dear travel blogging friends, so this time I was so happy to share this stunning park with Gordana. Oh, and actually bring proper hiking boots this time. Outdoor adventure lovers, here is an option for you. Watkins Glen State Park has earned a reputation for being the most famous of the state parks in the Finger Lakes region, and for good reason. The breathtaking views this park offers cannot be beat. If you're looking for hiking in the Finger Lakes, the park offers 3 different trails: the Southern Rim Trail, the Indian Trail, and the Gorge Trail. During our hike, we were treated to waterfalls, stone bridges, and a view of the 400-foot gorge cut through the rock by Glen Creek. However, it should be noted that while the trail is short, it does include more than 800 stone steps, meaning they're not ideal for those with mobility limitations. Depending on the season, this is also a popular spot for other outdoor activities, including camping, fishing, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing. For dinner, we head over to the Pit for delicious barbecue eats at Nichols Pit BBQ. They have all the classic barbecue favorites, including pulled pork, brisket, wings, and more. Besides, any excuse to use my wing eating skills I acquired in Buffalo is a good day. Another fun option with choosing a place to stay is to book a cottage, especially a cottage with a lake view, which allows you to take advantage of the beauty of the region. If this sounds like your dream getaway, we recommend Single Island Shores. During our visit, we had the pleasure of staying here and experiencing their iconic sunset views. Another opportunity to embrace the region's natural beauty, Finger Lakes National Forest spans over 16,000 acres with over 30 miles of trails to explore. During our visit, we went to Caywood Point, a forest section bordering Seneca Lake. Here you can access the Foston View Trail, a gravel path that takes you through the forest with some steep sections and beautiful panoramic views, but it's also a great place to go for a swim and cool off on a warm day. Best known for their flagship Red Cat wine, we bought 2 bottles and thoroughly loved it. Hazlitt 1852 Vineyards has a long history of great production and winemaking in the area. In fact, this winery can trace back its story to the purchase of 153 acres of land by David Hazlitt and Clarissa Roberts Hazlitt in 1852. Today, it continues to be operated by the 7th generation of the Hazlitt family. Another great local winery, Red Newt Cellars, was founded in 1998 by David and Deborah Whiting. This family-run business definitely makes the list of our favorite places to eat. The Elf in the Oak is a warm and welcoming environment with its beautiful wooden floors and statement-long wooden bar. The menu features American-inspired cafe-style food, including sandwiches, salads, French fries, sweet potato fries, and more. Since 1999, the Ryan Williams Vineyard has been dedicated to producing 100% estate-grown and bottled wine. Their tasting room, known as the Tasting Barn, also features a cafe run by Ryan's wife, Samara, where you can enjoy incredible farm-to-fork offerings supporting local farmers and businesses. Located on the eastern shores of Seneca Lake, Hector Falls is an impressive 165-foot high waterfall. The waterfall cascades over several drops and passages spanning over 250 feet combined down the hill. Craft beer lovers should add this stop to their Finger Lakes itinerary. Grist Iron Brewing Company is a local microbrewery founded in 2015. With 15 different beers on tap at any given time, there are options for everyone. In addition to the unique and expertly crafted beer flavors, they also have a menu of traditional pub foods like pizza, smoked meats, barbecue, and sandwiches. This local brew pub is an excellent spot to enjoy a pint or explore your options with a flight, grab a bite to eat, or be entertained by live music or the incredible view of Seneca Lake from their patio. All right, so it's been crazy here in the Finger Lakes. We've done so many things, and we're glad that you guys came along with us. But we wanted to talk about what our favorite things were to do here. So what were your top 3? I'm going to narrow it down to 3. So what are your top 3 favorite things to do?
Hiking in a beautiful nature, kayaking, and bike riding.
Yeah, that was fun.
And I love accommodations.
Yeah.
So this accommodation that we are in right now is cabin, single island shores. In the morning, this morning when I woke up at 7 o'clock, drinking coffee on the porch, I've seen like many rabbits around eating grass, and some little chubby animals, so cute. I'm not quite sure what is it, but sounds like sound of birds, then absolutely stunning sunset.
Yeah. So I think for me, it was the accommodation. So we had obviously this one that we're in now, but then the other accommodation, Park Inn, and the Park Inn was like in an old farmhouse.
Yes.
that was turned into accommodations. They have accommodations at the top, and the bottom part has their restaurant, and it has their like breakfast spot, their ice cream shop. Really enjoyed kayaking. So this was my first time kayaking, and I didn't really know what to expect. And usually when we go canoeing because we love canoeing. Took us a while to get used to it. We go around in circles a lot. But anyways, then my third favorite thing was, the food was also amazing. Wherever we went, the food was amazing. So I know we're trying to limit it to 3, but I just have to say the food was awesome. But I really like Watkins Glen State Park. So I was there about 6 years ago for a conference in Corning, and we forgot about Corning, the museum. The museum in Corning was awesome.
Museum
yeah,
is
that was your first time there, but I was there before.
Oh, so impressive!
Yeah,
so
that
impressive.
was awesome. Corning is a great little city. Those are my top things, and that's it. Now we're in Finger Lakes, and Finger Lakes is about an hour to an hour and a half away from Rochester. So if you want to learn about things to do in Rochester, check out the video in the top right, and we'll catch you over there. Cheers.